Welcome back to Ride 360, my friends. Today we're diving into something absolutely wild, something that feels like it rolled straight out of a futuristic dream garage, because we're talking about the 2026 motorbike concept inspired by Lamborghini, a machine that blends outrageous design, insane performance imagination, and pure adrenaline attitude into two wheels of jaw-dropping fantasy engineering. Now just picture this for a moment. You walk into a showroom, lights dim, spotlight hits a sleek silhouette, and there it stands looking less like a bike and more like a mechanical beast ready to pounce. Sharp edges everywhere, aggressive stance, and that signature exotic DNA that screams speed even when it's standing still. What makes this futuristic ride so fascinating isn't just its looks, it's the whole philosophy behind it. The designers imagined what would happen if a superbike was built with the same mindset as a hypercar, meaning nothing is subtle, everything is bold, and every detail exists to make a statement. The body is sculpted like a piece of aerodynamic art, with angular panels, carbon fiber textures, and glowing accent strips that give it a cyber superbike vibe. Even the front profile looks like it's slicing through the air before it even moves, and the rear end tapers into a razor-sharp tail that feels like it belongs on a jet rather than a motorcycle. And let's talk about the engine concept, because that's where things get seriously exciting. The idea behind this 2026 machine is a high-performance hybrid powertrain, combining a roaring combustion core with electric boost technology. That means instant torque when you twist the throttle, explosive acceleration off the line, and a top speed that feels almost unreal. Imagine launching from zero and feeling that seamless surge where electric power hits instantly and the combustion engine kicks in like a thunderclap, giving you that push back into the seat sensation riders crave. It's not just speed for the sake of speed either, it's engineered drama, the kind that makes your heart race before the wheels even start spinning. The sound profile is another thing enthusiasts would obsess over. Even though it's partly electric, the concept keeps that emotional connection alive with a tuned exhaust system designed to produce a deep mechanical roar. Think of a tone that starts as a low growl, then climbs into a fierce scream as revs rise, echoing like a performance symphony. Riders don't just want to go fast, they want to feel fast, and sound plays a huge role in that experience. Now let's move to the cockpit, because this is where futuristic technology really shines. Instead of traditional analog gauges, the bike features a fully digital holographic dash that projects riding data right into your line of sight. Speed, lean angle, power mode, navigation, all floating like augmented reality graphics. The handlebars are minimalistic but packed with touch-sensitive controls, and even the mirrors are replaced with micro cameras feeding live video to the display. It feels less like riding a motorcycle and more like piloting a high-tech machine from a sci-fi movie. Comfort hasn't been ignored either, which is surprising considering how aggressive the design looks. The seat is sculpted with memory foam performance padding, and the riding position automatically adjusts depending on mode. In street mode it lifts the bars slightly and lowers the pegs for a relaxed posture, while in track mode everything shifts into a crouched racing stance. That kind of adaptive ergonomics would make this bike feel like it's custom built for you every time you ride. Safety tech is another highlight imagined for this 2026 concept. Advanced traction control reads road conditions in real time, suspension adjusts itself based on surface texture, and AI-assisted stability systems predict slips before they happen. There's even a smart braking system that senses obstacles ahead and preloads the brakes so they react faster the moment you squeeze the lever. It's like having an invisible co-pilot constantly watching out for you while you focus on the thrill of riding. And of course, style customization is where this machine would truly shine. Owners could choose from dynamic paint finishes that change shade depending on light angle, glowing wheel rims, and programmable LED accents that let you personalize the bike's aura. Imagine rolling down the street at night with subtle neon lines tracing the bodywork, making it look like a living piece of art in motion. It's not just transportation, it's a statement, a personality, a rolling expression of boldness. Performance modes would add another layer of excitement. There could be a calm urban mode for city cruising, a sport mode that sharpens throttle response, and a full unleashed mode that unlocks maximum power output and aggressive suspension settings. Switching between them would feel like transforming the bike's personality, from composed commuter to ferocious track monster in seconds. That versatility would make it appealing not just to thrill seekers but also to riders who want everyday usability mixed with weekend adrenaline. One of the most interesting imagined features is an intelligent connectivity system that syncs with your phone and riding gear. Your helmet visor could display navigation arrows, incoming calls, and performance stats, all synced with the bike's system. The machine would even recognize your approach and power up automatically, greeting you with a startup animation and a rising engine tone like it's alive and excited to ride with you. Little details like that turn a machine into an experience. Let's not forget about materials, because this concept takes inspiration from aerospace engineering. The frame would be built from ultra-light alloys and reinforced carbon composites, making it incredibly strong yet surprisingly light. That means better handling, sharper cornering, and quicker acceleration. When you lean into a turn, the bike would feel like an extension of your body rather than a heavy machine you're controlling. That level of responsiveness is what every rider dreams of. Another futuristic touch is the idea of energy regeneration. When you brake or coast downhill, the system would recharge the electric component of the powertrain, storing energy for later bursts of acceleration. It's efficient, smart, and adds to the feeling that this bike isn't just powerful, it's intelligent. Technology like that shows how performance and sustainability can actually work together instead of being opposites. Visually, the lighting system deserves its own moment of appreciation. The headlight design is imagined as a narrow, piercing LED strip shaped like a predator's eye, while the taillight forms a glowing geometric pattern that looks almost holographic. At night, the bike wouldn't just be visible, it would be unforgettable. Anyone who saw it pass would instantly know they'd witnessed something special. And honestly, that's what makes this 2026 concept so captivating. It's not just about specs or speed numbers, it's about emotion. It's about the feeling you'd get walking up to it, the excitement of pressing the start button, the thrill of twisting the throttle, and the pride of knowing you're riding something that looks like it came from the future. Motorcycles have always been about freedom and passion, and this imagined machine takes that spirit and amplifies it to a whole new level. You can almost picture riders gathering around it at a meet, cameras out, everyone trying to capture the angles, the reflections, the stance. Conversations would start instantly, questions flying, admiration everywhere. Because when a machine looks this bold and this different, it doesn't just sit quietly in the background, it becomes the center of attention without even trying. At the end of the day, whether this exact bike ever reaches real roads or remains a visionary concept, it represents something exciting for the world of two wheels. It shows how far imagination can go when designers aren't afraid to dream big and push boundaries. It reminds us that motorcycles aren't just vehicles, they're art, engineering, and emotion combined into one thrilling ride. And honestly, if the future really brings machines like this to life, the next generation of riders is going to experience a whole new level of excitement, because bikes won't just be fast, they'll be intelligent, expressive, and unbelievably stylish. That's the kind of future every motorcycle fan loves to imagine, and if today's concepts are anything to go by, that future might be closer than we think.